There is one feeling you have almost certainly had this week, and almost certainly will not admit to. Not to me, not to your closest friend, not even if you're honest fully to yourself. People will confess to almost anything. Now, lust, greed, rage, vanity, sometimes with pride. But there is one feeling they will not say out loud, because to say it out loud is to lose. That feeling is envy. Think about the word itself. It comes from the Latin invidere, to look against, to look upon someone with a hostile eye. It is the root of the old idea of the evil eye, the belief that a resentful look alone could do you harm. Envy is at its heart a way of looking, a sideways glance at another person's life that curdles quietly into a wish that they had a little less. And it is the only sin that runs entirely in the dark. Envy hides, even from the person feeling it. And from that hiding place, it steers what you do, what you buy, and who you become. So let's look directly at the sideways look. Why does it hide so well? The philosopher Thomas Aquinas, writing in the 13th century, gave envy a definition so precise it still cuts. Envy, he said, is sorrow at another's good, not wanting a good thing. That's ordinary grief, specifically at someone else's good fortune. Their life got better and you feel it as a wound, and he saw what makes it uniquely corrosive. It is the direct opposite of love. Love rejoices when someone you care about flourishes. Envy suffers at exactly the moment it should be glad. Why is that impossible to confess? Because it admits two humiliating things at once: that you feel yourself lacking, and that you are so small another person's good fortune causes you pain. Every other sin can be dressed up. Greed, you can call ambition. Lust, you can call passion. Pride, you can call self respect. But there is no flattering word for sorrow at your friend's happiness. So the mind does something clever. It refuses to feel envy at all and converts it into something that feels righteous. Once you see the disguise, you'll catch it everywhere. Envy almost never wears its own face. It arrives as moral outrage, the sudden conviction that they didn't deserve it. They cheated. They sold out. The system is rigged. But notice how selectively it fires. Hottest not at distant injustice, but at the success of the person right next to you. And the most common disguise of all: I don't even want that. The grapes were probably sour anyway, which points to envy's strangest law, the one Bertrand Russell named almost a century ago. Envy does not reach across great distances. It works up close. Beggars do not envy millionaires. He wrote, though of course they will envy other beggars who are more successful. The billionaire is too far away, too abstract to wound you. What gets you that hot little drop in the stomach is the peer, the colleague who got promoted, the sibling, the person who started where you started and is now a step higher. The evil eye has short arms. It looks sideways at the people close enough to be a mirror. Now the darkest turn, we use envy and jealousy as if they were the same thing. They are not. The psychoanalyst Melanie Klein drew the line. Jealousy involves three people. It fears losing something you already have to a rival. Jealousy, whatever else it is, wants to keep a good thing. Envy is two people, you and the one who has what you lack. Here is the terrible part. Klein saw that the envious impulse is not simply to take the good thing, it is to spoil it, to ruin the good so the other person can no longer enjoy it either. At its worst, envy would rather see the good thing burn to the ground than see someone else possess it. It does not say, I want that too. It says, if I cannot have it, let no one have it. It is behind the ruined reputation, the quiet sabotage, the friend who undermines the thing you were most excited about. Envy, fully grown, will make the world worse purely so the gap closes. Not by you rising, by them falling. This is not just old moralizing, we have proof. In 2009, researchers in Japan put people in a brain scanner and had them read about a peer doing better than them in exactly the domains they cared about. As envy rose, one region lit up. The anterior cingulate cortex involved in processing physical pain. Envy is not a metaphor when we call it painful. The brain registers the success of a rival as a genuine injury. But here is what should stop you cold. Then the subjects read that this same envied person had suffered a misfortune, a fall, and another region activated, the ventral striatum, the brain's reward circuitry, the same system that lights up for money and food. The misfortune of the person we envy is processed as a reward. Their failure feels neurologically like winning. The Germans have a word for it, Schadenfreude. Joy in another's suffering. Not a quirk of bitter people, a reward signal in a normal human brain. Your gain is my pain, and your pain is my gain. And envy shapes you from the other direction too, through your fear of being envied. The sociologist Helmut Schoeck argued in the 1960s that the fear of provoking envy is a hidden force organizing human society. It is why you instinctively downplay good fortune. The reflexive, oh, it was nothing. Tall poppy syndrome, the poppy that grows too high gets cut down. And his most unsettling observation, envy is often fiercest not where differences are largest, but where they are smallest. Which means a great deal of human modesty is not humility at all. It is a defensive crouch against the sideways look of everyone else. Now connect this ancient hidden thing to your wallet. Russell's law, we compare sideways. For almost all of human history, that was a small circle. A few dozen people in your village, your street, your trade. Your sense of enough was set by the people around you. Envy stayed contained. Then the circle exploded. Now the device in your pocket has replaced those neighbors with an endless, curated stream of the most successful, most attractive, most enviable people on earth. All presenting the highlight reel. All positioned to feel like peers. All one rung above you in precisely the domain you care about most. Modern consumption runs on this. You do not mostly buy things because you need them. You buy them to close a gap, a felt distance between your life and the life of the person beside you, or the one on your screen made to feel beside you. The upgraded car your neighbor's new one suddenly made necessary. The vacation you needed because someone else's appeared in your feed. This is why the ache is bottomless. You are not chasing objects. You are trying to win a sideways comparison against a reference group that now includes the entire planet. You can never win it. There is always someone one rung up, and the feed will make certain you see them. Envy is the engine. The purchase is just the exhaust. I could end there, and it would be true and bleak. But envy, for all its darkness, is not only a poison. It is also a message. Here is the reframe that changes everything. Envy is a compass. It points with brutal and involuntary precision at what you actually want. You do not envy everyone equally. You feel that hot sideways pang only in the specific areas that matter to you. The writer envies the better writer, not the better dentist. The pang is data. It is your own buried desire, the one you gave up on or were ashamed to name, waving a flag and saying, This is what you still want. You were just too proud or too afraid to admit it. So the task is not to become a person who never feels envy. That person does not exist. And anyone who claims to be one is simply better at the disguise. The task is to change what you do in the 3 seconds after the pang arrives. You can let it curdle into resentment, into the wish that they had less, into sabotage that leaves you smaller than you started, Or you can catch it, read it, and turn it around. So the same energy that wanted to pull someone down becomes fuel to climb toward the thing you just admitted you want. And there is one final move, the exact opposite of that reward signal in the scanner. The deliberate practice of joy in another's good fortune. Buddhism has a name for it: mudita. Sympathetic joy, genuine gladness at someone else's happiness. It sounds soft. It is not. To stand in front of another person's success, feel the old pang begin to rise, and choose deliberately to be glad instead may be the hardest thing a human being can do. But every time you manage it, you starve the thing that was eating you, because envy and gladness cannot occupy the same room. You are going to keep feeling it. Tomorrow, someone close to you will win something, and you will feel that small, hot, involuntary drop, and a voice will whisper that it isn't fair, that they don't deserve it, that you never wanted it anyway. That voice is old, wired into your reward circuitry and not going away. But you no longer have to obey it. You can feel the evil eye begin to narrow and turn it around to face your own life and let it show you exactly what you still have the courage to want. The sideways look was never really about them. It was always only a message about you. Read it, then stop looking sideways and start walking forward.